Okay, so here's part two. I could not get to the Peverly Pond area, where the old Peverly Pond area was. It came out to a newly built traffic circle, and possibly I can make another journey out that way on another day. But it's definitely not the way it was set up from before. So I'm just gonna try doing a little bit more of a look around here. I'm gonna take you out by the flight line, with the exit where the old exit gate was and still is, but it's like where the C&J limo is. So we'll head out that way. So yeah, the base is really, again, that's where the hospital is off on the left, and this is where the flight line is. But the base has definitely changed a lot since I was a young lad, and this road is part of the original base. They rerouted it a little bit, but not much. It still goes past where the flight line was, and off to the right there's a lot of trees growing up. It's funny because back when it was an Air Force base, this was actually pretty open, probably because they wanted to be able to see the fence line for security purposes. But you used to be able to look right out, and there was a fence, and the end of the runway was off to your right, which it still is. They have the hangars are still all out there. Whether they're all in use or not, I don't know. But that was always the end of the flight line. And I don't know that I can go in there. I guess there are people that are parking in there, so apparently you can, but that does face the flight line. Let me just pull off right here and see what you can see. Yeah, that is the end of the flight line, and this is actually where people are taking off. And see, there's the old warning, no trespassing signs. That is off in the distance. Now, of course, this is where planes take off for commercial takeoff and landing. But that was all part of the military Strategic Air Command. And that no longer is the old 509th. Yeah, it's just an Air National Guard now. So we'll head on back. I don't know that there's too much else to see. I mean, there's plenty to see, but this is Pease Tradeport. And that road that we're passing on the left there, that road did go down to, there was a snack bar down there. I think it was called the Flight Line. and they served really, really good hamburgers and cheeseburgers. I remember my dad sometimes would take me in if he had to work on a Saturday at the commissary doing some extra project. He would sometimes bring me into work with him, and the reward for going into to work with him, hanging out and spending, which was reward in itself, but we would go to the flight line and have lunch there, and really good cheeseburgers and french fries. I remember that. But yeah, so much of the base has changed, and a lot remains the same as it was. I mean, I still recognize many things, but I think coming up on the left, I think that where the commissary was, where my dad worked, yeah, that is now the National Visa Center. So if you want to get your visa or your passport, I believe both offices are there. So, but that is about it. It's yeah, these are all revamped buildings. That none of these were. This building on the right is not like it was. It's an all new building. I can't recognize any of these ones on the right. They're all different. They were small brick buildings back in the day. And I'm going to make a left, or right, sorry, my other left. I'm going to make a right here, and again, the base exchange was here. But they tore all those buildings down. They're all gone. Service credit union there. And I do think the St. Mary's Bank that we will be passing on the left, that's across from the NCO Club, I do believe where this building is, or actually the building just past it, I'm sorry, that big old building, 30 International Drive, that is actually where the old base theater was, and I think that is part of the original building. But that's about it. We're leaving the base, and this is all exactly the same as it was. You used to, if you were leaving the base back in the day, you would sometimes, or just driving onto the base, sometimes there would be a sudden klaxon horn sounding, and yellow lights would start flashing. You had to pull over, and that was an alert. And the alerts would sound, and I was always told if that goes off after a few minutes, everything's fine. But if it doesn't go off after a few minutes, it means we're probably under attack and something real bad's going down. So you were always a little tense when that would go off. But yeah, that's it. That's the tour of the base. And once again, like I said, this overpass was not here. Back in the day, you would either go straight past the Fox Run Mall, or you would make a left, and which we're doing, but it was just a regular intersection. And this is now an overpass to the entrance of Route 16. But thank you for taking the tour with me. So part 2 of I'm sorry I wasn't able to get to Peverly Pond. But that's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, leave a like, subscribe. It really helps. So thank you.